Palworld. You might remember it. It came out at the beginning of last year, and it was a major hit right away. Basically, it's just Pokemon, but better, and that's something that Pokemon and Nintendo had an issue with. If you know anything about Palworld, you know that they're currently engaged in a massive lawsuit against Nintendo, because Nintendo is suing them for violating their patents on certain game mechanics and other things. Now, of course, that really made people angry, but Nintendo doesn't seem to care all that much about their perception in the games industry, or about, just player sentiment overall, because it seems like Nintendo has been kind of making their fans a little mad recently, and they're only going to get more mad because Palworld, as a result of the Nintendo lawsuit, is issuing a new change coming to Palworld. Now, you may remember you used to throw a ball to release your pals. They've actually removed that because of the ongoing lawsuit. You no longer throw pal balls to get your monsters out in the field. Now they just appear, and they're going to have to make some new changes as well. This is the official English Palworld account, and they put out a statement about this. Regarding the lawsuit, changes to Palworld, and the future, we would like to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation for the continued support of our fans over the past few months. We apologize for not being able to share as much information as we would like, but we trust our fans understand how difficult it is to be fully transparent while litigation is ongoing. Currently, we remain involved in prolonged legal proceedings regarding alleged patent infringement. We continue to dispute these claims and assert the invalidity of the patents in question. However, we have had to make certain compromises in order to avoid disruptions to the development and distribution of Palworld. On November 30th, 2024, we released patch version 0.3.11 for Palworld. This patch removed the ability to summon pals by throwing pal spheres, and instead changed it to a static summon next to the player. Several other game mechanics were also changed with this patch. As many have speculated, these changes were indeed a result of the ongoing litigation. Everyone here at Pocketpair was disappointed that this adjustment had to be made, and we fully understand that many players feel the same frustration. Unfortunately, as the alternative would have led to an even greater deterioration of the gameplay experience for players, it was determined that this change was necessary. Furthermore, we regret to inform our players that with the implementation of patch version 0.5.5, we must make yet another compromise. From this patch onward, gliding will be performed using a glider rather than with pals. Pals in the player's team will still provide passive buffs to gliding, but players will now need to have a glider in their inventory in order to glide. We understand that this will be disappointing for many, just as it is for us, but we hope our fans understand that these changes are necessary in order to prevent further disruptions to the development of Palworld. We want to extend our apologies to our fans for the discomfort and concern this ongoing litigation has caused. We remain committed to developing Palworld and delivering exciting new content to our fans. On behalf of everyone at Pocketpair and Team Palworld, thank you again for your continued support. So yeah, Palworld is having to make changes to their game once again because of the lawsuit that Nintendo has filed against them, and it's just a lose-lose. I understand why Nintendo's upset. They've put so little effort into Pokemon over the past couple of years that they were pretty much asking for somebody to come in, but then when somebody came in, they came in and they dropped a game that was just Pokemon, but slightly better than all the new Pokemon games have been the past few years, and that really upset Nintendo, and now they're trying anything they can, throwing anything at the wall to try to get Palworld to stop, and it doesn't seem to be working. And as you can tell, the sentiment in the comments is not exactly going well for Nintendo or Pokemon. Literally, the first comment is, at Pokemon, y'all are just weird at this point. Pokemon owns using pet creatures to glide? Which game has that feature? Well, as this person points out, Arc does. I can play Arc and glide with a dino across the map. No way this is patented, right? You shouldn't let them bully you like this just because you made the game people have asked for, really hoping for you to win against the lawsuit. So yeah, people are not exactly happy, and they're pointing out that there is a little bit of weirdness to this decision, because obviously in other games you can glide on monsters or dinosaurs or whatever. It doesn't feel right that Pokemon owns that. However, patent law is weird. God knows what they own. What's important is, how do you guys feel about this? Do you still play Palworld? Have you thought about Palworld in like months? Or is this the first you're hearing of it recently? And how do you feel about what Nintendo's doing to them? Do you feel like they should have to change the game in order to please Nintendo while the lawsuit is ongoing? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.